Hey, good people. Welcome to another installment of Kelly Always Doing Something, Cooking Edition. So, have you ever just had a nice meal and you thought to yourself, I can go for something sweet? Well, if you want something sweet, chocolate, and full of goodness, honey, it ain't no man. It ain't no man, unfortunately. But can I interest you in a fudge brownie? It's from scratch, homemade. So, I think it's time for us to go in the kitchen and get that done. Follow me to the kitchen. Oh, BTW, tomorrow is my month lock anniversary. And so far, this is what I have for the month, almost a month. So, well, yeah, tomorrow's a month. Anyway, for a month. And I am excited to see how far this lock journey will take me. So, as I'm taking you on a lock journey, I'm also doing some things in between while we are on that journey. So, again, to the kitchen. First, we're going to set our oven to 350. And then we have a stick of butter, unsalted butter, and we're going to melt it and pour it into the mixing bowl. Child, make sure you pour all that in there, because groceries are expensive, so you want every drop. So with a whisk, I'm going to whisk in my granulated sugar. That's a cup worth of sugar. And then I am going to also whisk in a half a cup of brown sugar. Go ahead and put that in the bowl. And just, get it all together. It's going to look very grainy at first. Now, this is just beginning steps, so go ahead and trust the process. But yes, mix it all together, and you're going to have like a little grainy thing. Okay, so next, what I'm going to do, I've got my 2 eggs. You're going to have 2 eggs. And so here, Happy Black History Month, no segregation in these streets. We all work together for a purpose, and that is to make these brownies good. So we're going to crack open the egg and put in 1. Get all that. Make sure y'all get all y'all drops in, honey. As much as we pay, come on. And egg number 2. And then afterwards, we're going to pour in our half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, half a teaspoon. And we're going to pour that into the bowl. And then we're going to whisk it all together. Yes, child, I love me some good brown sugar. I want some of your brown sugar. Ooh. Okay, I'm going to stop all that. But still, R.I.P. D'Angelo, I miss him so much. He ain't got no business being gone, y'all. Him and Angie. But making these brownies. Okay, so we're still mixing. I'm sorry, I got off track. And now we're going to tap everything, make sure everything is good. So it's now looking like a thick mix, like kind of like maple syrup, things like that, something thick. So now we're going to add our dry ingredients. So here we have our spatula, because we're going to be folding in our dry ingredients. And so we're going to put in a half a cup of flour. There, your half cup, y'all, half. And so we're going to put that in there and start, mixing it while, we're pouring it in. Last time I put too much flour in there and it was just chocolate flour, all I tasted. Lord have mercy. But hey, trial and error. That's the beauty of creativity. And so next, while we were mixing that in, we are also going to do a half a cup of cocoa powder. Now I have the unsweetened cocoa powder. It's already sugar in there, so your brownies will still be sweet. So we had to have that little chocolate in there, okay? Yes, honey. And just mix it all together and get it going. Ooh, child, that made me look ashy. And so we're going to add 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. Do not forget that, 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. And then again, we're going to mix it all together. Make sure you get every dry ingredient. Make sure you don't see no white or no light brown. Just make sure that everything is folded within the mix and have it coming out brown like I like my men's, honey. I like them that color, honey, okay? So, come on, the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. Yes, God. But that's enough of that. Anyway, so we are still mixing because you don't want to see any type of dry ingredients in there as much as you can. So my fingers are clean, so don't worry about that. Don't worry about all that. Make sure that your kitchen and your fingers are clean. So then we're going to have our 9x9-inch pan, and we're going to put parchment paper. I thank the Lord for parchment paper. That thing worked wonders. And then we put our mix in there. And what I'm doing, I'm just spreading it around to make sure that it's even and all together, and that it fills the pan, fills the parchment paper. Then we'll shake it up and just kind of tap it on there. That's just what I do. You do what you do. That's the beauty of creativity. And here we go. And so now it is ready to be placed in the oven. You can add nuts, you can add whatever you want in there, and just put it in the oven, and we're going to cook it for 25 to 28 minutes. And then soon after the 25 to 28 minutes or less, you have your brownies. Oh, it looks good. So I got it on the cooling rack right now, and just let it cool before you cut it so it won't come out all wonky. You just want good, nice, beautiful cut. And there you are, y'all. You got your brownies. Ooh.